is possible to know a person only by analyzing his facial features. It is possible to know a person beyond the imposed mask. It is possible to know how he can react in various situations. Yes, it is possible, and even more than that. Hello everyone, I'm Alexandra Mihai, analyst and trainer Min Xiang, and I invite you to watch a new video behind your face. So, let's be honest, we all want to know who the man in front of us really is. Instinctively or intuitively, we all read the face of others. It is also known that the human research experts can evaluate a person in 3 seconds. Mian Xiang, where Mian is face and Xiang is appearance or physiognomy, it's a science of Chinese metaphysics more than 3,000 years old, which studies the human face and behavior. It is important to know who are we dealing with. Yes, it is, but not to marginalize a certain person, but better to understand that person and to understand why behave in a certain way. Chinese sages said that the face reflects the character of a person, also having a saying, facial features come from the heart. This meant that your attitude, character, thoughts and emotions are reflected on your face and shape your facial features in a specific way. Whether you are pretentious, arrogant, generous, lascivious, depressed, temperamental, bossy, an expert in the art of face reading will see you straight away. In Imperial China, face reading was a science developed by the court strategist and advisor who was responsible for guiding the king. For example, if the king were to go to meet a great rival or a foreign dignitary arrived at the court, the imperial counselor had to use Min Xiang science to analyze that person, giving the king all the information he needed to know what to do, what to say, and what decision to make. This science means a lot of information and techniques, but once acquired, it will be able to offer you a lot of information about a person, being very accurate. Let's say that after an evaluation, a person does not have good communication skills. That doesn't mean she don't deserve to be hired, but be careful, do not put her on the sales team, find the job behind it. On the contrary, if a person has good communication skills, you can offer him a place in the sales team. This science can be applied even in the couple's relationship. Let's say your partner has small and long eyes, and physiognomy, that means he won't wear his heart on his sleeve. What that means? It means that person will not tell you 24/7 that he loves you, but it doesn't mean he doesn't feel it. If you understand these things, any misunderstandings between partners are avoided and the relationship will improve. Moreover, this art can be so accurate that it can also tell you when a certain event in your life will happen using the system called the 100 Years Map. So, the thoughts, emotions and events in your life shape your face and it will tell the story of your life. So, stay with me. I have prepared some examples to find out how the stories of someone's life is seen on the face. Andrea Marin, the story of her face is professionally successful and bad luck in love. Key facial features: forehead, eyes, nose. The journalist and television presenter Andrea Marin is indisputably a successful woman with an intelligence far above average, with a well-developed sense for business. Her high forehead denotes intelligence, a woman who weighs her decision a lot before, because people with such foreheads need time to make decisions, although sometimes they may be unable to decide precisely because they are overthinking. In physiognomy, such a high forehead on a woman's face indicates at least 2 lifelong marriages. In ancient China, women with such foreheads were not a priority in being chosen by their husbands, precisely because of the unfavorable forehead. Although they are able to build successful careers, to prosper, to make money, they find their luck in love after many attempts. The ditch at the top of the nose in physiognomy is called the bleeding heart. People who end up acquiring such a trait have suffered a lot and have accepted very late the loss or death of a person. The journalist said several times over time the pain she suffered by losing her mother. Bernard Madoff, the story of his face is Don't Trust Me. Key facial features: lips, nose, deep wrinkle between eyebrows, messy eyebrows. He was an American financier and former Nasdaq stockbroker who embezzled $55 billion over 48 years, the largest financial fraud in US history. At the age of 71, he was convicted to 150 years in prison. The almost non-existent lips indicate a cold, calculated person without feelings. A crooked nose is a sure sign that indicates a person's cunning. If the nose is bent to one side or the other, that person is not trustworthy, pursues advantages from others. In physiognomy, the deep wrinkle between the eyebrows is called needle piercing through the heavenly heart. This sign is inauspicious, announces bad luck, financial problems, and bankruptcy. Moreover, it denotes that delight in causing misery to others. Thin and dropping earlobe indicates loneliness in old age, which obviously will spend many years alone. The sclera visible in one eye indicates removal from a system, which obviously happened when he was caught and arrested. Messy eyebrows indicate a person you cannot trust, who has no friends and doesn't value friendship. David Beckham, the story of his face is I love flirting. Key facial features: fishtail wrinkles. A former professional English footballer, currently retired, Beckham appears in the FIFA Top 100 of the greatest footballers alive. Wrinkles at the outer corners of the eyes are called fishtail in physiognomy. If these wrinkles are relatively short in length, it means that that person loves to flirt with the opposite sex. If these wrinkles extend to the temples, the place that in physiognomy is called the palace of marriage, then that person has a high potential to cheat. Paris Hilton, the story of her face is investment skills. Key facial features: nose. The heiress of the financial empire built from Hilton hotels is not a bimbo as many may think. A downturn nose that covers part of the philtrum shows an alert, perceptive person oriented to good and profitable business who has good investment skills. Such people smell the opportunities very well and know how to take advantage of them. John Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Michael Jackson. The story of their faces is tragic elimination from life. Key facial features: visible sclera. Sclera, the white part of the eyes, has an enormous importance in the facial analysis. In China, but also in Japan, there are old writings about the suspect, and they are still studied today by those who want to know the secrets of the physiognomy. Analyzing the suspect properly, you can get a lot of information about a person's life, health, degree of involvement in a relationship, stress level, depression, genius, madness, and even the reappearance of a person in your life after many years. Sanpaku. This Japanese word, sanpaku, means literally tree, which is sun, and white, which is paku, and it refers to a condition in which the eye presents three white sides or areas around the iris. The usual kind of sanpaku, lower sanpaku, in which white is showing at the sides and below the iris, is caused by expansion, which is in. As the eyeball becomes enlarged from excess in, it rolls upward since it's resting on bone and must rotate on its axis. Upper sanpaku, in which white is showing at the sides and above the iris, is caused by contraction, which is young. Sampaku appears in proportion to the degree of the excess causing it. The more wide that is visible, the worse the condition of the person. Another type of sampaku is one in which the eyes protrude, such horizontal expansion in less in than the vertical expansion just discussed, but is still a sign of sickness. When horizontal expansion occurs, the eyesight changes. The distance between the lens and the retina is altered, producing nearsightedness. The usual type of sampaku often results in farsightedness. In the Orient, both vertical and horizontal expansion are recognized as sign of misfortune or danger. So, when the sclera is visible at the top, it's a sign of madness. When it is visible at the bottom, it indicates elimination from a system, function, or even danger, some people wanting to eliminate you from life, which in this science is called death by violence. All the personalities mentioned above have the sclera visible at the bottom of the eye, and it's very well known that they were all killed. So, the face reflects what is in your heart. If you change your heart, your attitude, your face will change as well.